Merrimack Valley Sports Desk back at it with our one and only guest of the week this Christmas 2025 week. It's Coach Dave Fazio, Andover boys basketball. What's going on, Coach?
Sunday afternoon, buddy. What else would I want to be doing other than talking with you? So everything is great, my man. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. This is like year 3 or 4 now covering the Merrimack Valley, and I'll tell you, the winter season it's got to be up there as the most exciting time of year, for the Merrimack Valley. Winter nights, cold winter nights, and warm gyms and exciting basketball, man. And it couldn't get any better than what happened last Friday night, going into the Lions' den of Central Catholic and coming out with a 1 point win for the Andover Golden Warriors. Coach, take me to the game.
I'm still numb from the game. It's 2 days later. I'm still numb. We had our first practice since the game. What a great environment. I mean, I've been doing this 37 years. It never ever gets old. They had an unbelievable student body. Our student body had no seats. They were literally standing behind our bench, chirping me, chirping the referees, and the environment was great. We had already had 2 wins, but I knew like going to Central, they will tell you real fast like what kind of team you have, what you need to work on, what your strengths are. And our kids, they showed up with some moxie and they held on against an unbelievable, tough, physical, well-coached team. So it's a great night for us. I hope we didn't peak already.
Yeah.
Such a good win for us.
Yeah.
Uh, but we watched the tape, and we certainly, and they as well. We have both teams have a lot of work to do. It was literally, I mean, today's like the end of week 3. If you
Yeah.
think about it,
Yeah.
it's been 3 weeks of basketball. So it's great experience, great environment, great competition, absolute war, everything you would want in a high school gym and high school game.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing, I think the biggest statement you guys made was hanging on to a lead. And in that environment, I mean, Javi Lopez, one of the best players in the state, he's coming at you. He's coming at you. 12 points in the fourth, clutch three-pointer with 7.1 seconds left. Talk about momentum, and the five on the court for Andover don't budge. They hold on to it. Incredible.
It's it's certainly, thank God we don't play 33 minutes because I could feel it slipping away. Anytime that kid has the ball in his hands, it's like, you're so nervous because you know nothing good is going to happen for your team. And when he caught it, I'm like, this kid, he's not missing this shot. And sure enough, he made the three, and they cut it to one. And we did everything in our power to keep the ball out of his hands. And he's just a heck of a player. And our kids are tough, man. We hung in there, a couple times. And in the fourth period, we turned the ball over on back-to-back possessions. And we called timeout, and we executed coming out of the timeout. And we certainly threw everything at them, and they certainly did the same. So, two good teams, great environment. That's how you want to start going into the Christmas tournament for sure.
Yeah. And three particular players from your side, seem to stand out. I know it was a complete team effort, but you got Charlie T. Is it Tutwiler? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Tutwiler, yep.
Tutwiler. You got Charlie Tutwiler. He seems to be in control, controlling the game emotionally as much as statistically. You got Logan Sullivan, a freshman, hitting a huge three in the fourth quarter. I mean, that reminds me of, like, I'm getting visions of Ollie from Hoosiers throwing the,
Yes. Yep.
the unsung hero, right?
Yep.
Not to compare like him to Ollie, because Ollie wasn't the best player in the world.
Yep.
We're not saying that for Logan. But then Josh Rowe comes in, his early scoring, his distribution helped settle things. So those three, did I get it right that those were three particular heroes in that
I'd
game?
say I'd say four. You got to add Luke Zorbas in there as well. I would
Okay.
say four. Those four guards they're so gritty. I think between the four of them combined, probably weigh, I don't know, maybe 400 pounds combined. They're all like 100 pounds each. They're all just like little gnats. But they are so relentless. And then we have some great contributions from some of our other guys. But those four kids all handle it, all shoot it, all cover. all live in the moment. Like those four kids are they're just tough, tough kids. And, that's what you need when you're going to Central Catholic. I mean, they're on the line, up the line, denying, they're physical. You need guys who can cut, who can pass, who can shoot. And those four kids are really, really tough.
Yeah. I mean, number one team in the state. I think what ranking was that? Maybe the Globes.
Yep. Yep.
For Central, you go in there and beat them. What does this do for the dynamics of the Merrimack Valley going forward? And matter of fact, it's probably a premature question because we got a pretty good chunk of action coming up at the Commonwealth Motors Christmas Classic. So maybe more themes will come out of that one. It's always seemed like that tournament is like, a way to come out and say, okay, this is where we're at the moment.
Yeah. And
If going into Central doesn't do that.
yeah, well, and then sometimes that tournament's almost like false gold. Sometimes, sometimes when you don't win the tournament, and listen, I've been in it an awful lot. I've lost it more than we've won it.
Hmm.
But I feel like when you lose it, you come back hungrier because now you know what you got to work on. We won it last year, and then we had just a horrible January. I mean, we were just horror. I mean, I think we were still looking at pictures from the Christmas tournament. I mean, our first game after the Christmas tournament, we lost at North Andover. Then we lost to Tewksbury at Tewksbury. So, like, sometimes it's fool's gold. So, like, I kind of told my kids that today. I'm like, hey, great win, great fight, but like, let's not get full of ourselves after we beat Central at Central, and then all of a sudden forget how to work. And listen, last year we recovered. We had an unbelievable January. Beat Lowell at home on senior night, who absolutely trashed us in January. So it's learning, it's learning, but it's also being smart about what the game tells you.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, rebounded pretty nicely. 14 wins last year, like 2 points away from the Elite Eight. Um,
Yep.
did
Heartbreaking,
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
yeah, Braintree, right? Like
Yep.
what did you expect coming back? What gaps did you expect to have? What strengths did you expect to have for this club? And what have the three games so far told you?
Well, I mean, we graduated our whole team. We we lost
Yeah.
everybody but Charlie and Josh Roux and a little bit of Luke Zorbas. But we pretty much graduated. Sam's playing at Bentley. I have, a football player from the senior class playing college football, a college lacrosse player. But we graduated some tough, tough kids, lost Owen Crawley to prep school. So coming in, I'm like, I don't, I really don't know. But man, these kids, we're way ahead of schedule just from a toughness and gritty standpoint. I mean, it was 36-36 against Medford in our first half last Friday. So we're it's been good. It's been way better than I thought. We have a lot of young kids who are inexperienced, but toughness travels. We got six sophomores and a freshman, so the future's bright if we can all just hang in there and keep learning. Um, and we like I said, we watched the tape. There are so many things we could do better, and we still beat a really good team. So I'm excited about where we're going.
Yeah. 100%. And where you're going is the Commonwealth Motors is next.
Hmm.
That takes up the rest of your 2026, and then it's Valley Central after that. You get
Correct. Yep.
right into the Tuesday, Friday grind.
Hmm.
We talked a lot about Central, obviously. Who are you targeting as some other top challenges in the MVC this year?
Well, buddy, the Merrimack Valley Charlie Daher, I call it the Daher Christmas tournament because he's so valuable to our community. But there's those eight teams. That's as good at eight teams
Yeah,
as you're gonna find.
yeah, in
If
one conference.
Florence is the eight seed, and they're already 2-0, right? And they just beat Haverhill. They just beat North Andover. Um, St. John's Prep took Newton North where they were up eight
Yeah.
with 54 seconds and ended up losing at the buzzer last night. Like if those are like the bottom seeds, that's a pretty darn good bracket. And then Beverly's, I mean, tremendous. They're just
Yeah.
everybody in this tournament, Dom, is, Methuen beat Lowell by 10 the other night at home. Like everybody,
Hmm.
there's no free games. If you're going to win this tournament, you're going to earn it because all three of those games are going to be absolute wars.
Yeah. Yeah. And then looking even further down the road, it looks like is it Lexington and St. John's Prep are the final two like non-leaguers?
Yeah, at Lexington, who's a top 10 team. They're smashing people. They just beat Burlington the other night. They're terrific. And then we host the Warrior Classic where we have St. John's Prep, Cambridge Ridge and Latin, Newton North. We have some great teams in the tournament. We try to just try to get a couple games in early. That's why we went to Acton Boxborough and we hosted Medford. The schedule came out. We had Central was our first game, and I'm like, there's no way we're going to Central on our first night. So we picked up two early games just to prepare for the Central game. So schedule's loaded. Like you said, schedule's great. Tuesday, Friday, you'll wake up. It'll be March 15th, and the winter will be over because you just focused on your season. You know.
Yeah, no, 100%. Who are those other teams again in that closing tournament to close
Yeah,
the
Warrior
season?
Classic right after the MVC tournament. We have we're hosting. We're going to play St. John's Prep, much improved, great coach coming our way, and then Cambridge is going to play Newton North.
Oh, that's
Newton North was in the Final Four last year. I don't know if they were in the final game or the Final Four, but they have been a juggernaut forever. And Cambridge is Cambridge. You know, they're going to be tough. They're going to be physical. So everything you want going into the state tournament.
yeah. And with Dave Fazio, is there a difference in the retired from day job coach Fazio than there were with the working Dave Fazio coach? Any different temperament or energy?
I'm going to give you a little inside tip, buddy. I went back to teach
Oh,
7 weeks. My principal called and needed a favor, and I said I would do it. And after 7 weeks, he found what he needed for a phys ed teacher. So I'm re-retired as of last Monday. Played 3 games of pickleball last week, so
wow.
I'm totally rejuvenated. I love my Sundays now. The last 5 weeks of Sundays were like, I can't believe I'm going back to teaching. So yeah, I love this retirement. Dave Fazio better than the guy that was working for sure.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a Philip Rivers coming out of retirement. You didn't like stumble and fall down in the
Oh,
classroom
buddy,
again.
I fell a hard time. Those kids are like, I think the first class, I'm like, does anybody know who I am? They're like, no, we have
No.
no idea who you are. I'm like, oh, 3 years of retirement, that's what happened. So yeah, I kind of felt like Philip Rivers, a couple fumbles here and there and a couple wobbles, but it was actually great to spend some time with the kids. And those kids, when I retired, were freshmen. Now they're all seniors. So it was great to like walk in the building and see that student body as, when I left them, they were all little freshmen. Now they're all grown ups and are seniors. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, coach. And finally, like looking ahead to the Commonwealth Motors, I got you down for a set. Your opener in that one is Saturday, December 27th, North Andover, 7:45.
That is correct, my man.
Yeah.
We
And
got the
then it,
main, we got the main slot against a great competitor, great coach, great program. Really excited about that. And we're just going to use these next 4 or 5 days just to get ready and just get better. So it's worked out well. We're excited for the tournament.
all right, Dave Fazio, team's 3-0. In the first three, coming off the huge win on the road in Lawrence at CC. We appreciate you coming on the Merrimack Valley Sports Desk, Coach. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Always available. Maybe we'll do this in February before the state tournament. You can give me some good juju
Yeah.
going in.
Yeah.
Get out. We got to get out of the Sweet 16.
Yeah, and if we're
Let's
talking
go.
in March, that's a real good thing. That's
Yes,
a real good thing.
that
That
would be.
means.
That's the plan. Let's put it in the books.
All right, Coach. Best of luck. Enjoy the rest of the year and the holidays.
All right. Merry Christmas,
All right,
buddy.
have a good one.
You too.
Bye.